Zombie. Duggan. Podcast.
Welcome to this week's episode of Zombie Thuggin' Podcast.
And the roses' petals were dead as the skies turned gray, filled with ash. I lay sad. Oh, go away.
My name is Buddha.
Sidewayzzz. I said that really fucked up or whatever. Sideways, bitches.
And it's been a while since we've gotten around to record, so let's get right into it. What you been up to, man?
Not much. Same old shit.
No, you got a fight this weekend, right?
Yup.
This coming Saturday.
Out in Minnesota.
Savage
of Minnesota, to be exact.
Savage.
Fighting for a belt.
Sweetness.
So when I get my belt, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Weight cut, fucking awesome. I'm actually at weight right now.
Which is not usual for you.
No, especially these last couple of years, man.
Yeah, I know a couple times I've been with you. It's pretty brutal.
You know, I just kind of, in some sense, I kind of went back to old ways, the back when. I mean, I always had a hard time with weight cutting, but there was a time where, like, I didn't struggle like I did these last couple of years. But, you know, that's because I went back to doing my, you know, a lot of my old regiments and stuff, which was like, yeah, by some, they would, you know, some coaches would be like, yeah, you're overtraining, you know. But, you know what, like, if you can do it by nature without the use of any kind of, like, fucking, you know, illegal stimulants, then more power to you.
Yeah.
I'm blessed that I'm fortunately one of those people that can push their ass to in extreme amounts.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
No, I went back to a lot of my old regiments. You know, and I've been riding my bike like 20 miles a day. So like that's roughly at the end of the week, I'm busting out 100 miles a week.
Damn.
Then plus with all the regiment I do here, once I get to the gym, like you know what, I'll walk you through a day right now, a usual day.
Okay.
If I don't have a client, if I have a client, then I'll change some things up a little bit, but I still get my shit done. So I'll ride my bike in the morning. I get here, you know, roughly takes me about an hour. You know, if I'm like kind of piss anty about it. Once I get here, depending on the day, like if it's a Monday, I'll jump over there real quick, you know, which y'all can't see me pointing, but whatever.
That's like where like the ring is set up. And
yeah, but I won't go in the
bags.
ring, but I'll go next to the ring and, you know, I'll do like 400 stomach exercises. Lately, I've been doing crunches on the yoga ball.
Okay.
That's because like in the morning my back's like a little stiff and stuff.
From
so
you think probably from the bike ride maybe or?
No, this is having a shitty back in general.
Yeah.
Remember when I hurt it back at UPS?
Yeah.
Between hurting it, UPS, throwing it out, I threw it out at a really young age, y'all. And then I re-injured it, like in one of my first big profile fights, as a pro. I re-injured it, and you know, ever since then, I mean, like, it just acts a little weird. It's not like hindering, but like there are some days where it's like stiff. And it hurts a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not to the point where I can't move.
Yeah.
You know, thank God. So like I'll do my 400, you know, crunches on there or sit-ups, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I think they're kind of a combination of both. I'll do my 400, then I'll jump over here in the weight area. You know, and this is Monday. I usually do straight training for weights. I'll do chest and shoulders. That usually runs me about an hour. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just because I'll do about like 4 to 6 sets on each exercise. You know, then after that, I'll jump on the bag, and I'll usually do about 12 rounds of bag work, and then I chill out. You know, and I'll have lunch. You know, chill out a little bit, take a nap, and then when the coaches get here, you know, as of late now, I've been helping 2 other people that I've been helping train to get ready for a fight in December. They're both doing a K1 kickboxing rules match, so I've been helping them out.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of like pretty much not sitting back and training them like Mr. Miyagi style, but actually working alongside them. So I'm still getting my work in. You know.
So have they washed your car yet?
What's up? No, not yet.
Paint the fence?
I'm trying to get them to mow my lawn. No,
Mr. Sidewayzzz, how's this teach me? It doesn't. Just mow my lawn, bitch.
Just fucking mow my lawn. It teaches you how to mow my lawn, bitch. No, but you know what's it called? Before them, they get here. I'll do like a half hour mitt work with my boxing coach.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, most of the time before he even gets here, I'll get on the elliptical, do a half hour elliptical, then get with my boxing coach, do a half hour mitts, and then when they get here, I'll do a half hour training. I mean, I'll do an hour training session with them, you know, and then pretty much done for the day. But that's my Monday, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm hitting 2 workouts within the day. The evening, it's more like a technical based thing, you know, even though it's still work. You know, but that's when I'm doing all my mitt work, I'm doing my sparring, I'm doing all my tech shit, you know. The mornings is where I actually work out.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, hour bike ride again, and then when I get here, I'll do like a lot of my cardio drills and plyometrics. I think that's what the drills that they're also called. It's not like weightlifting, but it's like kind of, you know, I don't know if it is plyometrics. I don't want to be like scolded if I'm wrong or anything like that. But I'll do like a combination of strength training and cardio. So, you know, and then I'll repeat. Like I'll hit my rounds in the bag. I'll do like a drill which I've dubbed buster drills.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 30-second. They're like in 30-second intervals. First 30 seconds, I'm in the bag. I'm kind of like just coasting. You know, hitting the bag but not like, you know, I'm a full might, just kind of like I said, just pitter-patty, you know. Second, and then when the other 30 seconds hits, I just go all out. I go fast and I go hard for 30 seconds, and I repeat it for, you know, 3-minute rounds, you know. 30-second break in between. I do that for about 5 rounds. Actually, lately, I've been doing it for about 6 rounds. Then after I'm done with the buster drills, I do another 6 rounds of just normal bag work. Then I have my push-ups, my sit-ups. I do some sprints, shit like that, you know. I won't, but that's pretty much it. I've just been going back to training, like every chance I get, you know. Just making sure I get my rounds in and stuff. I spar. Sparring has been kind of hard, but I spar when I can, you know. But even like that, I've changed up my sparring a bit anyway. I mean, there was a time where like. Not here, because when I'm at De La Rosa's, I don't really spar hard, you know. But like that's the one thing now. Like I'll shy away from hard sparring, because at this point in my career, like my feel on hard sparring was like it's good to do every once a month. Mm-hmm. You know, not every day. Every time you fucking spar, you shouldn't be blasting as hard as you can, or you know, going at fight pace, because like then what that does is fucks you up for the fight. Yeah, you know. And hell, there's been cases where cats have had to pull out from fights because, you know, they've got an injury from sparring too damn hard. Like,
you see that a lot in like the Brazilian camps.
What's up?
The Brazilian camps, I've seen it, where they've had that issue.
Yeah, some, but honestly, they're not that bad. You know, you see, I'll say straight up, you see it a lot in the American camps. Yeah. You know, and I've kind of shied away from that. Like, you know what? Like, I've gotten more and more favored with like how my Thai boxing instructor, how both of them do it. Because like Bobby Perez, he doesn't believe in hard sparring. He kind of believes in the old school sense of like once in a while, like every, you know, but like you should be able to spar every day. Mm-hmm. But it's controlled sparring. You know, you're not you know, you're still going maybe full speed, but you're not going full power. Mm-hmm. You know, and then honestly, like my other coach, my other Thai boxing coach, Ty Pilgrim, he has the same principle. You know, really, if I remember right, Ty doesn't believe in hard sparring at all. You know, because this whole thing is like, because I mean, like the whole belief behind it. If you don't pull the trigger in training, then you're not going to do it in the sparring. And I mean, when it actually counts.
Yeah.
And what's it called, Ty? And I kind of agree with him now more than I did back then. Back then, I was kind of more like, well, maybe every now and then, you know, do hard sparring, but not every time you spar. But like, you know, Ty's whole thing was like more, if you can't pull the trigger when it counts, then honestly, you shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah.
It's not for you, you know. Because as a combative, you should be able to pull the trigger when you actually need to pull the trigger. You know, there should be no rust in between. Like, well, I haven't fighting in a while. No, if you're constantly sparring, you're constantly training, that trigger's always there.
Yeah.
If you're training correctly.
Yeah.
And you know, I agree with him now. And now, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, hard sparring, I don't even like. What's the point in it now?
Yeah.
You know, even if it isn't now, every now and again. I know I'm gonna be able to pull the trigger and throw as hard as I can when I want to, you know, and when I have to. I know I am. I've had so many fucking fights at this point. You know, I know what it's like to get hit as hard too. So that's not gonna shock me because I've been hit. And I've been hit by like heavy niggas, not just in fights, but like just even in training and stuff like that. I've trained alongside like, you know, top niggas and stuff like that. Even former world champions and current world champions and stuff. Not like big time, you know, like heavy known world champions, but I've sparred and trained alongside with world champions. I've been around fucking next level pros. I've trained alongside next level pros and stuff. You know, you know the names of I've trained alongside, and you know I've had trained me or trained at their camps and stuff like that. But I mean, like I've trained out in Jeff Kearns. I've trained out of out of Spencer's Fisher's camps. I've trained in I've trained with MTC out in Chicago or Schaumburg to be exact. Alongside guys like what's it called, like Clay Guida. You know, I've rolled with Clay Guida good a number of times, stuff like that. I've sparred with guys like Bart Pelajeski. I've sparred with, you know, I can keep going. I've sparred with a lot of guys. I've fought with a lot of guys. I've trained with a lot of guys. A lot of guys I've even fought are currently in UFC now, or World Fight League, and they're now. And some of the guys I've fought have actually making some major moves and stuff. So it's not like I've even fought pansies and shit. I've fought a lot of real niggas. I've had a lot of real experience, you know. So
yeah.
Anyway, before I keep droning myself.
Well, now that Sidewayzzz has told you about his workout regimen, I'm going to tell you about my workout regimen. So I get up in the morning, I roll out of bed, I do my shower thing, I get dressed, and this is for the fat people that listen, because you know Sidewayzzz is a very fit person, so he covers the fit people, and I'll cover the fat people.
That's right.
Then I sit around, I watch a little TV, and then I go, what place am I going to eat today? And that's a workout on my brain.
See, I was about to say, because that's the difference. You work your brain out while I work my body out. Yeah. That's the balance.
All kidding aside. So, kind of going to a different subject real quick.
Word.
On the Facebook page, I'd put on there that I'd watched the first Wishmaster. And, you know, I mean, it's not a horrible movie. It's okay. You know, there's a lot of horror legends in that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Like Robert Englund.
Yo.
Kane Hodder's in it. Tony Todd's in it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's watchable. It's not bad.
I mean, it's not great for any stretch of imagination. It's funny because you watch the special effects in it, you know, and, like, there's some movies you kind of understand special effects aren't going to hold up.
Yeah.
But that one's just blatant, just god awful. And then I watched the second one.
Because they spent most of their budget trying to get the names.
Exactly. Yeah.